Hi there, this is Paul Bars. Hello and welcome to this week's video update. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning on these weekends and think, I've got to record a video, I wonder, what am I going to do about this time? Well, this week it was incredibly easy. During the week, I wrote an article called Foundation Principles for Your Web Business. Now, I'll tell you up front, this is not a keyword string that gets searched for very often, if at all. But I thought it incredibly important because I had a conversation during the week with one of those more traditional off-world businesses, and I realized as I was talking to this fellow that things have not changed over the last 5 years. So many people still don't understand what are the absolute essential minimums that they must have in order for their web business to survive and thrive. Now, here's why I call it foundation principles. You've heard this story before. If you build your house on the sand, it's going to what? Eventually wash away. Build it on the rock, you have a solid foundation. It's an old story that we often heard as children. The same thing applies to principles in business. Number one, without doubt, is ease of use and design structure. Now, a lot of people think, mistakenly so, when they're building their websites that they do it the way they like it. I mean, it looks good. There's nothing wrong with a good-looking website. But the thing is, it's not how good you think it looks. It's how good and how easy is it to use for your customer. This is the difference between customer-centric business and ego-centric business. I mean, have you ever done a search online and you type in what you're looking for, and all you seem to find is a whole bunch of results of just absolutely junk websites? They're not user-friendly in any means whatsoever. You probably even know people who build these things. However, with these foundation principles that I'm talking about, if you apply them to your business, such as ease of use and design structure, a well laid out website with easy to find links, a well laid out website which guides your customer in the direction that you want them to go. These principles can apply to all websites and all businesses along the way. Now, the next most important thing, and I don't know whether I've got these in any particular order or not, but this one goes without saying. I call it call to action copy. You've heard the phrase before, sales copy. Yes, a website is designed to sell. Well, we're in business. We're here to make money, right? Sure, there are information websites out there, but we're looking at things that can actually sell and make money. Now, this is my personal favorite. Yes, it must be easy to navigate. It must be easy to use, but it also must be easy to read. So you've got to be careful in the way that you're writing, not just junk content, but not overly technical content as well, not in the sales copy. All right? Most often when people come to your website, they're just going to be looking around. That's why I think maybe web browsers, like your Internet Explorer and your Firefox and so on, that's why they're called browsers, right? I don't know. But many people just come to browse. And so you need to use your words, be they in text or in audio, or even here now in video. Your words must be designed to guide them through a process, bringing them down what I would call the sales funnel. And that's where your call to action copy comes in. Now, it could be call to action, must buy, it's buy or die, mini page website. Okay, it could be call to action, want you to subscribe to my newsletter. That's okay, but you've got to have it there as well. It could be call to action, click this link. Whatever it is, it must have a call to action. And so your links, your design structure, guide them to the sales copy. The sales copy then guides them to the call to action. Now, what would come in after that? Most logically, of course, is the follow-up system. So number 3 is an automated follow-up system. Man, don't we love the internet. I've been involved in traditional off-world business now for so many years. And it used to be pick up the phone, send out the letter, sign it off, pop it in an envelope, and off you go. It used to drive me nuts, but I did it always because I knew it was essential to good follow-up. Here comes the internet. We have autoresponders and automatic follow-up. A lifesaver. This stuff is absolutely fantastic. I mean, in that traditional business world, was I up 24/7 to be able to take phone inquiries and so on? Not a chance in hell. In the internet, I'm sleeping and I'm making money. Why? Because of that automated follow-up. So the ease of use and design structure guides people to read the sales copy. The sales copy goes to the call of action. They take that call to action and then you follow them up automatically. Now, when it comes to keeping in touch, there are many different ways of doing it. Number 4 on this list, not this one here. Number 4 on this list is your website must be socially networked. Now, this is pretty much the only thing that has changed over recent years, yet the principles are still there. This is why I call these foundation principles. Maybe people aren't going to put into your subscription form. They don't want to give you an email address. They don't want to give you a name. What can they do? They can click on that RSS feed. They can click on that podcast feed. They can follow you on Facebook. They can network with you through Twitter or Dig or Mix, Stumble Upon. They can share. They can do all these things now anonymously. That's the key. So we need to at least provide the options, because now through social networking, Web 2.0 as it's called, through this social networking that's available, we have the opportunity now to be able to follow up with people whom we wouldn't previously been able to do. If you don't have these things on your website, you're missing out on a fantastic opportunity to begin building a relationship, a tech relationship. And of course, it'll never be as good as a relationship where you meet them face to face or on the phone, but it is a start. Nonetheless, it's vitally important that you actually do this and implement these. Not just one of them, but about half a dozen into your website at paulbarsden.com. We've got our RSS feeds. Let's see, I've got Facebook, I've got Twitter on there, I've got my podcasts and my YouTube. There we go. That's about half a dozen. 5, it's close enough. But what does everything that we do? What is it meant to do? Point number 5 is your website must be, you're in business after all, it must be sales orientated. And this is the vital key. No matter what your focus, what's your product, what's your service, it doesn't matter. None of these things mean anything, because the whole point is to generate sales and build your business with a better income. Of course it is. That's the whole point. So therefore, as you go through your website now and reevaluate, you need to make sure that it is sales orientated. Not offensively so, but gently so. These are people we're dealing with, not computers. They are people with thoughts, with feelings, with emotions. People who ask themselves questions. Why? Why am I thinking or feeling like this on this day? And you have the opportunity now to gently persuade them with your words, with your call to action copy, with your autoresponders, with your social networking automatic follow-up. All of these things going towards that sales focus. Everything you do must have that ultimate goal in mind. Final thing on this, my foundation principles, number 6. Once you've got your first 5 principles up and running, you've got that foundation there and it's solid, real solid. What do you do from then on? Number 6 is forever fresh. You need to keep your content fresh. You need to be giving out information to your customers, because you've got them on your autoresponder, or you've got them to subscribe to your YouTube channel or your RSS or your podcasts or whatever it is. You've got them following you on Twitter or Facebook. What do you do now? Do you just send them the same old crap that everyone else is sending out to their people? So I'm going to suggest to you that you get bold and you set up a schedule of some sort where you're sending out regular text articles. They go through your RSS feeds. They get posted to Facebook and Twitter. That you're sending out some kind of audio podcast on a regular basis, once weekly, twice weekly, whatever, and also occasionally video, just like I'm doing right now. This is forever fresh content. This is what's going to capture those people who haven't yet purchased, and they're going to come back to your website and go, yeah, this guy or this girl, they're genuine. They've got something to offer. This is the key to follow up, follow up, follow up. Everything is sales focused, but I'm keeping them interested with fresh, updated content. I mean, this is stuff that is just so unbelievably important that you truly cannot miss out on it. They're my 6 principles. I hope you'll give them some time, give them some thought. Go back to your websites and apply them. Ask yourself the question, are you fulfilling all of these foundation principles? You know, just a final thought. Foundation principles for web business, you can also apply to any business, online or offline. They're foundation principles. Give that some thought and you'll just see, because if you really grasp hold of that one, you're going to have the opportunity to double, triple, quadruple your income in the next 12 months just by applying these principles and sharing them with others. Thanks very much for your time. You have a fantastic week. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.